Hello there. Good evening. Can you hear me? Yeah, welcome. I am feeling much better than I did a couple days ago. So that's good. Still not going to be up all night, but I'll be up. It's not going to have to cut it as short as I did last time. Hello, Hot Cheeto. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Hello, Seiko. Welcome. Streaming the S30 on Discord. Cool. I'll check that out in a moment. Hello, Jeff. Welcome. It's been a while, I think. 5x6 or... Hello, Star Traveler. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Anyway, so... let me switch to the camera at Starfront, because I want to show you something here. You see the scope next to me, which I almost never see moving, is appears to be on, and if you look at where it's pointing over here, I think they might be trying to image the supernova, but I'm not sure if they're able to image it, because it almost looks like either it's shooting behind my scope or into the middle of my scope. So we'll see. Yeah, NGC 7331, which is a member of the Deer Lick group, which I didn't realize until yesterday. Anyway, well, I knew about the Deer Lick group. I forgot that NGC 7331 was the main galaxy in that. Anyway, that's where the supernova is. Hello, Rick and Morty fan. Welcome. Good evening, Turf. Yeah, it has a supernova. Hello, Otto. Yeah, I'm glad I'm feeling better too. It was weird. It was like a 2-3 day bug, and I think my mom had it too, but we all had it at like different times and similar symptoms. But yeah, it is. Yeah. But yeah, that's the blinding light from the all sky. So I actually, let me see. No, this is my local one. Oh, no. Oh, I need to, give me a sec. I gotta start up. I gotta start up the ALP Experimental or ESC or whatever you want to call it. I've got to start that up at Starfront, so I can load it up here. Okay. I'll take a moment here because it's got to compile things, but yeah, the Milky Way is looking good. Let me look at the chat here while it's compiling. Yeah, no, I was, I had mentioned it during the last live stream that I was feeling kind of bit under the weather, and so I kind of ended it a lot earlier than I would have otherwise. But yeah. Hello, Qubits. Thanks for joining. Yeah, it was weird. I didn't have any respiratory symptoms. But yeah, some other symptoms, and then I was just like drained. What do I think about Chris Hadfield? Astronaut? It was, I don't think it was the flu. It was almost like a stomach bug, but not like a stomach bug. I think of all of them, my oldest daughter had nausea with it, but also just like extreme exhaustion. So it was weird. It was like it was some kind of something viral, obviously. And given that we had it at different times, my mom had it separately. It wasn't food. So yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know about Chris Hadfield, but I forget exactly what he did. I know I'd heard the name many times over the years. Let me go look if... No, wrong one. Okay, so, shockingly, the telescope wasn't totally confused. And so I was actually able to start imaging the nova, which I wanted to start first because it's pretty low, and that also gives NGC 7331 a little bit more time to get higher, because I was a bit concerned that it might be obstructed by another telescope, because it's only 16 degrees above the horizon, which theoretically at Starfront I can image things that low, but it's to the east northeast, and so that's a little bit more difficult because of the roof. And before I forget, here's Cosmic Ray imaging M13. So I'd kicked this off just around the time, just before the stream started, and it'll go for a few more minutes, but then I'm gonna try to go to NGC 7331. Yeah, and so I had imaged that galaxy last year, and so I was going through all my images trying to see if I could get a before image on screen. Let's see. Yeah, so I'll be able to bring that on screen a little later. It's C30. It's yes, C30, also known as NGC 7331, Deerlick group. It or NGC 7331 group. There's a bunch of galaxies in that area that I guess are bound. 7331 is the biggest one, so that's why I've imaged it before. It's also near Stephen's Quintet, which is kind of small on the Seestar, but it's also kind of a cool. Mind you, it doesn't look anything like this, but in the Seestar, but it's this cluster of 5 galaxies, and one of them I think is actually, one of them isn't a member. It's just coincidentally nearby. I mean, visually near the others, but yeah. So like I'd done some mosaics of that area where I had the Deerlick group galaxy, NGC 7331, and Stephen's Quintet in one shot. And then I had some, because it was a good, it was one of the reasonably sized galaxies that I was able to image in the fall last year. So that will be the before. Let me go ahead and, oh man, that's a bummer. Yeah, it's, the conditions here are okay, I think. Let me look. So this is my local. Yeah, looks pretty clear here. The telescope, the S30, isn't pointing anywhere yet, but I will fix that soon. Yeah, no problem. All right, so I'm gonna, before this stops imaging, I am going to, well, not this. Before this stops imaging. It did stop imaging. Okay, well, we'll move on to the next target. The skies must be really bright, really good tonight, because that's just a 2-second live preview. I think it's set to 2 seconds, because you can see it, like the noise updating. And yet you can see a lot of stars there, so the conditions must be pretty good, even though it does look like there's still residual, it's like astronomical dawn, twilight still. So let's try. Oh hey, got photobombed there. Let's try Dear Like Group, and we'll just get it started here. And if it plate solves, then we're good. But if it doesn't plate solve, then might have to wait a little bit until it's clear. Another little trail down here. Okay, it says it's going. And it says it's trying to plate solve. Like I say, it could potentially, fail the first plate solve. If it needs to kind of recalibrate, but if it fails 2 or 3 of them, yeah, it just failed one. It moved a little bit in RA, which maybe sometimes then it'll do that if it's like course correcting, so it's like slightly off. But if it fails a 3rd time without updating, we may be blocked temporarily by another scope. Yeah. It just, let me stop the go-to. And the image should start showing up there, yeah. And you can see we are blocked. So let me try. I'm gonna move this. Okay, so it says we're at 22 hours of RA, so yeah, let me try going right a little bit and see at what point I can start seeing stars. Actually, pretty quickly. Less than an hour. So where was it supposed to be? Let me see how close we are to another. What was it at? 22 something? Okay, so Deer Lake group is at, what's the coordinates? It's at 2237. Is that right? 2237, yeah. It must have gone much further. Anyway, yeah, like this number isn't giving me the right thing. Anyway, we'll go on to another target real quickly, maybe one in the area. Let me look at the chat first, because I am behind. Yeah, satellite go by in live view, yeah. A lot of satellites these days. Oh, yeah. Oh, hello, Stellar Night. Oh, Cosmic Rays on NGC 7331. Yeah, the nova is definitely dimming. So it depends on what you mean. The telescope I'm using is the Seestar S50, which I got for $500. Now they're a bit more expensive because of reasons. But and I'm using a Raspberry Pi to control it. Some people, I mean, you can use your phone. You can use an Apple computer if you've got one of the Apple Silicon ones, like the M1, M2, M3, M4 laptop, Mac Mini, whatever. Because you can run the iPad app, so you could have an iPad to control it. But I'm using a Raspberry Pi on to control mine. So yeah. So the telescope, $500 at the time. Cosmic Ray here is running an S30, which is I think they were $350. Were they $350 new? And now they're $400 or something like that. So yeah, it's a, and that includes the telescope, the optics, the mount, I mean, technically I do have it equatorially mounted and I have it on a wedge. So that was, you can spend another $50 for a wedge or less or more. But that's, with that, I'm able to image and stuff. Good evening, Dark Shades. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Let me see what's in this air, like really close to the Deer Lake group here. Let's see. So I could try, what could I try that's kind of in the same angle? I'm going to see if this star, how faint is this galaxy? Just trying to see if there's anything interesting in the area that I could, zoom that in. Now the thing is, I think it's really close to the galaxy core. Let's see. Okay. But yeah, I'll... Well, you know what I can do first before I do that, I should get the S30 pointing at something. And I think so this is going to be an experiment. I've been making changes to ESC tonight, so I'm going to see if this actually works. Okay, so oops. There we go. Okay. I'm still working on the search logic, so let's see if this actually works. So did a little pop up there, and interesting. Okay, well that was a short test. Oh. Okay, that's fine. I'll go back to this and I'll figure out what I'm gonna point at. Let me check what yeah, no, you're getting great results with that. Oops. Okay. Let me look at my... So the... so if I go to recent supernovas... yeah, this one. And it is this one right here, 2025 RBS. Wow. It's right by the core. So there's like a dust lane there, and then it's right by the core. So that's going to be tricky. But we will try. Let me see. All right, so let's try that. here. Okay. So what I might need to do here is put that there, and then I'll put this here. Yeah, I tried kicking off NGC 7331 again, but I think it's going to fail again. All right. Sometimes these things. Yeah. Yeah. So that's. Yeah, making blobby stars. Hello, Mundus Finit. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so I have some things I'm going to try to see if we can actually image it, but okay. So this one is attempting to, this is my local Seestar. It's trying to image M56. So we'll see how that goes up. There it is. Tiny little globular cluster. This is again local. The let's see. Did this just stop updating? Let me see. Oh, there we go. It's because I stopped it. All right. Yeah, it's still dark because it's looking at someone else's telescope. So I will try something else nearby. Like I said, I was going to until the scope is until there's it's clear. Actually, that's a funny name. I'm gonna try going to the Star Lizard cluster while we're waiting. Which is, again, funny name. It's not too far away, just a few degrees away in the sky, just to buy us a little time. What in the world? The sky's on fire. No. And of course, the building 6 camera is not functional. But there's a bright light in building 8. But I guess there was a bright one in building 6, but looks disturbingly bright. check the chat. Yeah, using, yeah, because to be honest, I tried a couple times and failed to make a new image, so I've just been working on fixing some things, which they're still broken, but yeah, I've set a goal to have an alpha release by the end of this week, and I include Sunday. I set it no later than Sunday, but I'm hoping to have it out there before. Oh, it is Alberta moment. Things on fire, yeah. Yeah, that's and what's funny is the way this camera, the way it's kind of exposed, it looks like this is like lava or just glowing, but it's just because it's white and it's reflecting a lot of the light. At least that's what I hope it is. Okay, so I guess this is the star lizard cluster. That's interesting, a blue cluster. Now it's not too far away. I mean it's not super close on the other hand, but just imaging it for a little bit until I can get an idea of like what in the world. It just looks, that looks all right. So one thing that's going to make this a little tricky is the proximity to the core. So this might be a difficult target tonight. But I mean, the supernova was first discovered just a week ago or so. So I mean, it's not going to start fading immediately. So maybe if I'm not successful tonight, I might get out a telescope with a bit more focal length and try tomorrow, hopefully, one here locally. So unfortunately, conditions aren't as good here, but well, not even close. They're terrible actually, but at least maybe I can get okay, get in closer to the target. I'll have to look at what I have and see what I can try to get in. Yeah, simulated Bortle 10. Yeah, I mean that looks pretty horrendous. That looks really horrendous. Meanwhile, let me see what my local. So that's looking okay. I was just going to image this briefly just to kind of get the scope its bearings. Oh, hey, even got photobombed here. So it's a very noisy image because it's in my backyard, which is Bortle bad. But I think I'm gonna go try I'm just looking at a few different things. I might actually try the Dumbbell Nebula here locally, just to see if I can image it, or to see if it's above a building here, because that's the other problem here. Starfront, I sometimes have obstructions because of neighboring scopes, but here it's just all obstruction. All right, so that is switching to, I'm going to switch to M57. That is looking really weird, and I wonder if it has anything to do with the blinding red light that's been shining at my scope. Although it looks like it stopped, so this image must be stale. Yeah, so it's looks kind of weird, like a bit blue. Okay, so let's start this. It was able to go to the target. It'll be Messier 57 or 27 in the center here. Whoa, it just happened again. The crazy lights here. Look at that. That is the current image. What in the world are they doing? That is a lot of light. It is sensitive, but that's kind of ridiculous. That is quite ridiculous. Oh, that's looking nice. I guess I was just at the cusp of being obstructed, but it's starting to come through here. It's only 40 seconds. And I can try seeing if this makes it more, if it helps or makes it worse. Yeah, kind of a mixed bag. I'll put it back at 10. I mean 15. That's the amount of the stretch. Yeah, I like that. Looks like Arrakis. Oh my gosh, that is pretty brutal. What are they doing? Let me see. Looking at their Yeah, it's unclear. I guess somebody's got like one of the staffs out there with a red light, but it's like, are they working on the scope next to me or something? But it looks pretty bad. And unfortunately, the all sky camera, or not the all sky camera, the building camera for building 6 is not working. So of course I can't see what's going on in building 6. I see light on in building 8, but nothing in, I don't know what's going on in building 6. All right, I might, yeah, sounds like a cover up. It's 3 missing minutes. No, sorry. But yeah, no, it is. It's been broken for a few days. It's been broken for a few days. Actually, what I should do is, if I go to this, so it's not, it's, the loop might be interesting. Jeez. Over the last, let's do half hour. Wow. That was unpleasant. Okay. This is turning out nice. And again, this is from my S30 locally. Now I'm going to try going to the NGC 7331 again. Image. Okay. And let's see if this works. Yeah, I have like some other image kind of adjustment things, but a lot of these aren't really working well. I do, oof, see, look at that, that's terrible. Like the deconvolution's broken and stuff. Probably going to remove some of these, at least for now, and add like the contrast and brightness and saturation like the Seestar app has, and then leave the stretch, because this can be handy. So let me okay, I switched targets, so, or I attempted to. It's trying to plate solve again. It's kind of annoying that the scope next to me blocks the view. Why isn't that? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, although I do, oh, hey. Did it actually? It actually did plate solve. And it's starting to image. And that's an old image, but because the first frame dropped, but it's a start. So that's encouraging. And it got one frame, okay. Of course, these stars don't look ideal, but let me hit the reload on this just to get rid of that blinding scope. Here we go. That's more like it. All right. Why does that look so bad? I think those stars are... Is that even the stack? Yeah, I guess that's what it... Oh, let me check something here. Okay. That seems all fine. No unusual settings. I mean, it might be because it's so low right now. Let me change the image processing on this to like a lower stretch to at least temporarily. But man, these are, and it's only 10-second exposure, so I don't know why it's... I'm tempted to stop this and restart it just because that looks so bad. I might also rerun the dark frame here because of this artifact that was there. Okay. So I'm running that real quick. Yeah. Nice. Looking forward to that. Hopefully you get a nice good shot of that. Alright, I'm redoing the darks. I'll take a moment and then I'll start imaging again. Just a few seconds. Well, less than a minute. Oh, and Cosmic Ray has M27. Of course, a much cleaner image than mine, because mine's kind of in the light dome here. If I think we're both doing this on M30s, this M27 here, but still for Bortle 9, it's not. I mean, it's not too bad. Let me. This is done now? So let me go start the imaging again. All right. All right. And the other thing I might do here real quick is trigger an autofocus. Oh, hey, it's got the plate solved it, so we should be good. I think it just might be that way because it's low as far as the noise goes. Oh, no. Stop. Let's try this again. Image 7331. Search. And go. Alright. Let me go back to the chat. Dust donuts. Oh man. That's annoying. Why is no one streaming on Discord? I'm just not doing... I mean, I would be if I wasn't streaming here. It ends up being problematic. I need to get that worked out so I can do it more easily both places. M27, yeah. Actually, this M27 on the right is cosmic rays. Mine is here and in a noisier environment. Cosmic rays Bortle 3, I think, and I'm Bortle 9. And he has less. I have a lot more data, and yet, yeah, his is pretty good. Yeah, that's one I don't remember looking at it visually, but it would have been a long time ago. Okay, maybe it's a little better now. Nope. Okay, actually, so for reference, if we're looking at the galaxy and the dust lanes here, it is near the core. So this is going to be tricky. Let me look at this. That's a cool one. So it's this tiny little thing really close, so it's going to be a bit tricky. Let me see. Just trying to get my bearings here. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. so if I'm getting my bearings right here, oops, because I've got a, what do you call it? I have kind of a reference image, and it would be this side of the core. Yeah. And I'll show you why. So this is a photo I took of, let me see if I can get this on the screen. This is a photo I took of Deer Lick Group. Okay. That I took a year, like last year at some point. Unfortunately, now I need to. I still have to figure out the aspect ratio issues I've been having with this. Okay, so here is, yeah, unfortunately, sorry, it's fuzzy. It shouldn't be, but so this is an image I took of the Deer Lick group, and if I zoom out, you can actually see Stephen's quintets right there. Oops. And like I say, this was pre-supernova, so you can see Stephen's quintet right there. Like, these are the, I mean, they're small, but in the Seestar. So what I was looking at is you got these 3 stars here, and here's that dust lane, and so that supernova seems to be right here. Not in this image, but that's where it would be. So it's on the kind of 3-star side of the core. And so if I shut this off, so here's the 3 stars, I believe. And so it would be on this side of the core. And I wonder if it's this star here. I mean, you see, like there's a discontinuity there. Like there's some darkness there, like it's not part of the, like right where the, right there. Unfortunately, I can't zoom it in anymore, or can I? Wait a second. No. Let me just temporarily see if, no, unfortunately. But yeah, I think that might be it. Let me see. Let me try something else over here real quick. On my M27, that's a bit over 15 minutes on mine so far. Yeah, I think I do see it as well. Like, I think it's that. Let me see if I can try to figure out how to zoom this better. Yeah, clearly I need to increase the zoom factor for this. But yeah, let me try getting this on screen here real quick. So I think it's, again, it's kind of hard to tell with this stretch, but I think it's right there. It's not as visible in this one because this is, I think, stretched a little bit more. Actually, let me try something here. Yeah, no. I thought maybe I'd be able to do no stretch on it, but yeah, I think that's it. So I'm going to image this for a bit longer just to get more data to yeah, I think that's it. I mean, the problem is, like, with more data, it becomes more apparent, less apparent with the default stretch, but I think with less data, it would, yeah, that's, and I think, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop and restart this just because that might help. So I'm stopping stacking it. And then you can kind of see two stars there. I think one of those is the core and one is the supernova. Did I crash it? Let me check. Okay. Oh. Interesting. I just noticed something. So, like, sometimes we have this issue with the Seestar where it won't charge correctly. And I just noticed some in the logs that it's in a no charging state or not charging. I need to make note of that because okay, sorry. Let me get back to this. Restart. Give it a moment. Let's see what cosmic ray is imaging here. I see 5146. Which one is that? Oh, the cocoon? Is that the cocoon? Yeah, that's the cocoon nebula. That's cool. That's an interesting one. Yeah, unfortunately, because I'm not running the built version of it, it has to like recompile the front page, and it ends up taking longer than I would like. Okay, so let's go in here, zoom in very far, and let me all right, let's try starting to record. Yeah, that's true. I'm not only using S50, not Vera Rubin. Oh, nice. Nice. I'm sure you'll get some good images with the Celestron. Thanks for dropping by, Star Pictures. Okay, so this should... So let me turn down the stretch here. But yeah, see, you can see right there, and then that's the core. That discrete little bright thing there is the supernova. Because there's nothing like that on the old photos of it. And I don't know if it is visible there yet, but I see that Darkshade started streaming. So let me check that out, see if he's... Okay, nice. So yeah, I think, or not I think, that's, I'm certain that's kind of that bright star is near the core is the supernova. It does highlight some more imaging settings I want to add to be able to adjust contrast and stuff. And let me, before I forget, can't forget that this is also imaging. Let me put this in the upper left so it won't get lost inadvertently. And I'll make it medium. At least the conditions are looking good here. Of course, not as good as in Starfront, but, you know, I've taken a lot of photos from here and, you know, gotten reasonable results. Yeah. Oh, and that's the other thing that you, glad you mentioned that because I forgot. So NGC 7331 is also known as Caldwell 30. It's an unbarred spiral galaxy 40 million light years away. So it appears similar in size and structure to the Milky Way. Of course, now that was before they realized the Milky Way was that the Milky Way might be a barred spiral, whereas this is an unbarred spiral. Yeah, see, now you can see the dust lane right there. So yeah, it would be, it's to the, like if the dust lane's on the top, it's to the left of the supernova. So the light we're seeing, so this star exploded 40 million years ago. The dinosaurs went extinct 60 some million years ago, and I remember looking into it, and it took a few million years for Earth's ecosystem, for the biosphere to fully recover from like all the mass extinction type things that had happened. And so this star exploded a few million years after that. So 40 million years ago. Let me look that up. I'm curious now. So that was the Eocene era. And by the way, don't forget to like the video. Yeah, so I don't know if it would feel like daytime, but it would definitely be visible in the day. Maybe as bright as the moon, which would be impressive for a star, if it was 500 light years away. Oh, set your watch. Yeah. Yeah, so it was the Eocene era, or Eocene, or Eocene. That was after the Paleocene. The Eocene had a brief period where CO2 was much lower. So what was happening? What was happening on Earth 40 million years ago? Well, one thing is there were no humans. Humans wouldn't be around for tens of millions of years. Yeah, there was a large expansion of the Antarctic ice sheet that started about 49 million years ago. Then there was, anyway. What kind of animals? So during the Middle Eocene, forests covered most of Earth, including the poles. Tropical forests extended across much of modern Africa, South America, Central America, India, Southeast Asia, and China. Paratropical forests grew over North America, Europe, and Russia. Polar forests were quite extensive. Dawn redwoods from the Eocene have been found on Ellesmere Island in the Arctic. It was only a few degrees further south than it is now. Yeah. Fossils of subtropical and even tropical trees and plants from the Eocene have also been found in Greenland and Alaska. Palm trees were growing as far north as Alaska. So yeah, some of that was going on during the Eocene, which is when the star exploded. The dinosaur Hansen. Actually, there's I always like the cosmic calendar that Carl Sagan did on the original Cosmos TV show. Yeah, 1 star. What a way to exit. Yeah. Yep, that's it. I'm out. And there was a balanced budget. Yeah, I don't know I don't know how good yeah. I don't know how good I mean, it was before then. I don't know how good the economics of the dinosaurs were, but so this is one thing I like about the Cocoon galaxy is the dark nebula that is kind of around it. It's very striking. Oh, are you able to Dark Shades? Are you able to zoom in at all? Yeah. I mean, that's pretty clear as day there. I mean, there's the core and there's the supernova. Nothing like a little extra focal length. What is that? Yeah, no, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's clear as day there. It's like much brighter than the core of the galaxy. Is that a and so yeah, it's gotten brighter than the photos. Okay, so that's a C8. Because I might try imaging it tomorrow from home. What time does it rise? Actually, it theoretically is starting to rise now. So I could try imaging it again tomorrow with a scope with more focal length. Yeah. I just need to figure out which one. I might use the refractor that I've been using, the cheapo one that I've been using for it's not nearly the focal length, but the one I've been using for or I could, yeah, the one I've been using for imaging the sun, the spectroheliograph. I could probably, but that's only 700 millimeter. But I do have a bigger sensor on that one. I need to figure that out because I need to try to figure out what I can reasonably do that has more reach to try to image that. And you're doing that from Bortle 9 as well, so that's encouraging. I mean, it is a very bright supernova. It's 13th magnitude, so that's pretty bright compared to some other recent ones that were like 16th magnitude. That Ask RV, it's a C8. Yeah, that looks very cool. It's 30 degrees. Yeah, here it is 34 degrees. No, it's also 30 degrees above the horizon. And it should just be clear of a building here, so I might be able to image it tomorrow. I just have to get something. Oh, and I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to use that I'm going to use that infrared sensitive filter. Is it the 240? SV240? Because that will kill a lot of the sky glow. I just have to figure out what scope I'm going to put it on. I could even put it on my main refractor and then try putting a... Yeah, I need to figure that out. But yeah, that is super visible. Meanwhile, on this one, even though it's kind of hard to tell, but the dust lanes are definitely becoming a lot more prominent. Still noisy, but actually yeah. Which app is that? Yeah, obstruction to the east. What app are you using for this? Yeah, some of those filters. Yeah, I've been very happy with the results I've gotten from the SV240, especially if you have like a 585 sensor that's sensitive to IR, near IR, ASI live stack. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that would be a good one. Pretty good focal length and good aperture, dark skies. I just need to figure out what I'm gonna do for scope. I need something with more reach. Let me check this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go on to another target here, but for my my skies, I've been pretty happy with that. I mean, the background is pretty dark, all things considered. Of course, I've got a weaker stretch on that because it is such a bright target. That is not my photo. It probably does help with the to reduce the background. Yeah. Oh, out of service. Yeah. Oh, nice. Anti-halo. That's cool. Hey, are you gonna break that out, Seiko? The C14, or are you suggesting I get one? Let me find another target there. That is awesome. Thanks so much for Dark Shades for sharing that. Because it's kind of almost lost in the noise on the S50. Although I have a feeling I can probably bring it out tomorrow. I just have to work on it some. Yeah, do it. Oh, you only have a 9.5. That a 1 meter f1.3, that would be awesome. Unfortunately, my telescope fund is about $900,000 short. Well, if you include the building, it's $1 million short, but for the $1 million scope. Oh, nice. That would, yeah, imagine. Power box. Yeah, I still have to hook up my SV Bony power box, but if I end up using that refractor, maybe I'll just stick with the 75Q because it's got sharp optics, and even though it doesn't have, I don't need the aperture, so the problem is it doesn't have the focal length. I'll have to figure that out. How easy is it to use it? Ah, focuser. Yeah. That's a drag. But yeah, this is great. This, like sometimes you just need aperture, or not aperture, focal length. Let me see what I can image next here. I mean, there's so many options. I could try imaging the Cocoon Nebula here, but I don't think I usually get great results from that. So, actually, so this might be something I might try to see if the new ESC can handle it. But I think I might try doing a mosaic with the S30 locally, because that tends to I had it working with ALP, but I haven't tested it yet with this. It could end up looking terrible, so, but I won't know unless I try. And to try, I think I'm gonna try with I'm gonna try with the North American Nebula, because why not? So I scaled it up a little bit just to, since it is an S30. All right, so oh, nice. So you're restoring it. That's awesome. Well, yeah, massive fork, EQ wedge. Yeah, that's awesome. Screw loose. Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be cool. Doubled exposure to see if you got more detail. Cool. Cool, cool. Okay, so this will be a good test to see if ESC handles a I do really like the Cocoon Nebula. Okay. Ah, nice. Cool. Yeah, looking forward to seeing that. Now, mind you, this mosaic is being imaged from here. So I don't know how it'll work. Oh, good night, Star Pictures. Thanks for joining. See you next time. Like, look at that nice dark nebula around the cocoon. Oh, I guess it switched targets, so it or has it? Did I break this? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Oh yeah, it is not happy. But that's fine. That's good to know. So I can just go to... Actually, I can't. Let me switch back to this. And let's see. There we go. So yeah, you can't see it as much, can't see it really much at all in mine right now, but definitely it jumps out in dark shades. All right. All right. All right. Sorry, I'm just a little distracted by stuff. Okay. Had to restart. Yeah, I need to work on that. That is pretty good. And what's interesting is it appears to be a different color than the like bluer than the galaxy. Actually, that reminds me, what kind of supernova was this? Or is this? It is a 1A supernova, which it's a binary system where one of the stars is a white dwarf. The other star could be a giant, or it could be another white dwarf. But basically, if a carbon oxygen white dwarf with a low rate of rotation is limited to below 1.44 solar masses, beyond that, they reignite, sometimes causing a supernova. It's often referred to as the Chandrasekhar limit mass, but which is different from the Chandrasekhar limit, which has to do with black hole collapse. Anyway, so the white dwarf gets mass from the other companion, or it merges with another white dwarf, and within a few seconds of initiation of nuclear fusion, a substantial fraction of the matter in the white dwarf undergoes a runaway reaction, releasing enough energy to unbind the star in a supernova. So and this kind of supernova is kind of a standard candle. It's not the variable star standard candle, but because it has to do with a specific threshold for white dwarfs, like their peak luminosity is fairly consistent. So based on it, how bright it is, they can use that to verify the distance of the galaxy it's in, for example. So that's what exploded. It was a white dwarf. Oh, hello, Hein. Welcome. Thanks for joining. But yeah, it's so that is what that explosion was. So what area is that? Cosmic ray? Oh wow. 56th anniversary of the Eagle. That's cool. I knew that was oh, hello Athel from New Zealand. Welcome. Thanks for joining this morning for you, or midday, afternoon. I guess it must be afternoon. Welcome. Yeah, so this right here is on a Seestar. At one point you could see kind of the second star here, which was the supernova, but Dark Shades here, who's on the Discord server, has his C8 out, and you can clearly see the supernova there. Restart. Yeah, I need to also make it. Well, first off, it shouldn't. Ideally, I want to make it so it shouldn't have to be restarted. But even if it does have to be restarted, I want to make it more straightforward. Tea time. Awesome. Oh, welcome. Yeah, so these are both the same galaxy, different telescopes. And like the supernova was right around here. When I had less data, it was kind of, you can kind of see it, but it was more apparent earlier. Whereas this is kind of a low amount of, it's a single frame, and so you can see, or single like it's not a stack, so you can see the supernova more clearly. Elephant's trunk. Cool. Yeah, that's a cool one. What was I gonna... Oh, I was gonna try to figure out if I could fix... if I could fix Mosaics. Okay. Let's see. It's a fairly easy fix. It's just about not expecting the image to have certain dimensions, like the normal image dimensions for the Seestar. What magnitude? I mean, I have one here, and I have, which I'm in Houston, which is Bortle 9, and I have one at a Bortle 1/2 location. Can you rename? What do you mean? Yeah, I'm not 100% sure in 5 minutes. I haven't really quantified it, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it depends on your how bad your light pollution is, but I mean it always seemed to get to certain magnitudes faster than like, especially the, like 10th magnitude is like really fast. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. I mean, from home I've gotten things in Bortle 9 down to 17th, 18th magnitude, but it's taken hours because I'm Bortle 9. Whereas at Starfront, which is where this telescope here on the left is, I can get to that point much quicker. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and like this one, I mean, granted this is like half an hour, but, oh, and didn't even, totally missed it. I also got Stephen's Quintet right there in the corner. Didn't even notice that I had that framed up like that. All right. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out what broke with that Bortle 2. Yeah. I mean, it all depends on how long you let it go. I mean, I can definitely get to 17th magnitude. Maybe not in 5 minutes, but I mean, in half an hour. Let me see. I can look in Stellarium here. Because I have like a bunch of, you can load up a bunch of Gaia catalogs. So this star right here to the lower, to this corner, is 15th magnitude. And just trying to match up stars. Zooming in here. So we've got, yeah, this one is almost 16th magnitude. And that one is 16th magnitude. So one of these are like 17th magnitude. And this fainter one here is close to 18th magnitude. So yeah. Yeah, so yeah, there's a bunch in here that are 17th magnitude or around that, and are definitely pretty visible in the image. Now, granted, that's half an hour, but limit magnitude. Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one because unfortunately, you'll see the telescopes where they'll mention but it's like the visual magnitude, and even then, I feel like that would vary. I mean, I guess that would be if you're in ideal conditions, but with astrophotography, the limit's a lot higher. But yeah, there's some things, and there's some things in this image that I would be hard pressed to even tell what, there's some background galaxies, but I can't find details about some of them. Here's these two, and yeah, there's, so you have that. I think this one is about 17th magnitude, but there's a couple of these that are actually background galaxies, and I don't even know, in Stellarium, I don't even see what their catalog number is. But yeah, with clear skies, you can see pretty deep. And that's what this is with an S50. Yeah, there's a bunch of PGC galaxies in here. Let's see. See, okay, yeah. So, somewhere, which one of these? like that's a background. That's another galaxy. That's like 15th magnitude. This one. Looks like there's something faint there, but I don't even see it in Stellarium with what I have turned on, so. Cool. Yeah, I like those kind of questions because I'm. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. A 200-inch. That's crazy. That took 30 minutes to get to magnitude 20. Yeah. And oh yeah, and like that Vera Rubin, like doesn't it only take a few seconds to get to like 20th magnitude or something? Let's see, how fast is it? I mean, it's fast in so many different ways, that scope. So that is an 8-meter scope, 8.4. So I mean, it is bigger than Palomar. But yeah, so it does, it can do 2 15-second exposures or 1 30-second exposure. And I thought I had seen that they get to like 20-somethingth magnitude in that shorter period of time. I mean, everything about that scope is just, yeah. The 5 sigma signal to noise ratio, or 5 sigma magnitude limits, are expected to be 24.5 magnitude for a single image. So like in 15 seconds it can get to the 24th magnitude. That is amazing. And Palomar took 30 minutes to get to magnitude 20, when they can do it in literally in seconds and go deeper, like much deeper, several magnitudes deeper in a few seconds on a larger scope, but still. And then how quickly that scope moves, the Vera Rubin. That's cool. Yep, you can start seeing the elephant trunk there. But yeah, that's really cool. All right, let me see. Okay. Oh. Maybe the app was just confused because I have a copy of it here locally. And took a little bit of time, but I was able to get the mosaic working, so that's cool. I mean, I didn't make any change, so, which makes sense because I had used the same code I'd written for ALP. I mean, it is from Bortle 9, so it's going to be, I'm going to let this run for as long as I can. At this point, I'm just trying to collect more data to process later to try to bring out the supernova more, because it never quite pop like it does with dark shades, but yeah, I just need to figure out what scope I'm gonna try this with tomorrow. Yeah, definitely starting to see. And actually, I could increase the stretch on mine. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, the battery's doing better than I. Oh no, that battery value is wrong. It's an old battery value. Oh no, sorry, that's Starfront. Yeah, battery's down to 55%. I'll probably go plug it in at some point. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's one thing. They didn't have the native mosaic, and so I haven't had a chance to. Well, I think I did it on the Rosette. I don't think I did it on M42. I should do that with like the S30. That would be cool, because that would be a real nice wide field. Of course, from my house, the light pollution. I mean, you can see right here. Looks like blue skies. Like, it is night here. It's just the light pollution is that bad. But I'm still able to get this image. So at least there's that with a light pollution filter. Yeah, your power runs out before. Yeah. I know how that is too. I mean, sometimes I'll drain it, but yeah, I mean, I had the S30 outside for an hour. No, a couple hours before the live stream. It wasn't imaging anything. It was just sitting there, but I didn't have it plugged in, and I had it on, so it's been draining for 4 hours at this point, and it's down to 50%. So yeah, to get it down to 0, I'm not staying up till 3 in the morning tonight. Yeah, and that's happened to me before too. It's only in the fall and getting into winter when it gets dark much earlier, and I can end up going. Yeah, at this point it would have been out since maybe 7 or 6:30 even, and so I do come close. And then if I have the dew heater on, then I really end up losing power quickly. Actually, let me see. Oops. Let me see about... helps if I move the right mouse. Actually, give me a sec. Excuse me. Let's see. Let's try this out. I'm trying a higher stretch to see if that, how that looks. It also makes the noise more prominent. The elephant's trunk there. Just watching dark shades there, adjust, tweak some of the contrast. You know, it is interesting. The light fall off. It's not as bad as my Cassegrain, but it does remind me of my Cassegrain, how it's like brighter, kind of vignetting almost, I guess. I guess I could try doing the reflector tomorrow. I'm not sure. Let me see what that would look like. The only problem I had with that was it just, well, I had a lot of problems with it, but I guess I could try it again, at least for this Supernova. Because yeah, do you, Dark Shades, do you have an APS-C camera on that, or like a 4/3 camera? Oh, got another, right, APS-C. Okay, cool. Yeah, I need to. That does remind me of something. Yeah, because I have a smaller sensor. I have the 585 sensor, and if I could get that working with the reflector, that would be actually pretty awesome. That would be a really great field of view. Let's see. Laptop's running low on battery. I need to plug this in. Need to, I think I disconnected the other power cord, so let's see if this helps. All right. Okay. It's back. Brushed it. I mean, it's still, I mean, you were able to clearly see the supernova, so yeah, because I was looking at the field of view, and according to Stellarium, the galaxy would be like this big in the frame. Like this would be the size of the frame with my reflector. So I think I will do that. I'll try that tomorrow, because that would be spectacular. That would be really great. And plus, you know, like I wouldn't need to go as like I don't need to stack it as much as I did this one on the left. Not much Triffid time. Oh, wow. Which scope is this? You're getting some pretty fast results there. Yeah, mirror flop. I've definitely heard about that. I've never had a Schmidt Cassegrain, but yeah, I've heard. 1 2-minute sub. Jeez. With the ASCAR 5. What focal length are you at today? Because the ASCAR 5 is the one that has the for those who don't know, it's the one with the interchangeable front lens, and it comes with it's like a whole kit. Comes with a reducer, a field flattener, a extender, and so it goes from 270 to 600 something millimeters, and so you're at 270. But that looks phenomenal. I mean, for one exposure. Okay, yeah, 60 millimeter with the focal reducer flattener. Well, dark Star Traveler and Cosmic Ray have nice dark skies, dark shades, and I don't have as dark a sky at home, as you can see. Yeah, compare the all sky cameras. So this is the all sky camera at home. The two stars are pretty tonight in the all sky camera, whereas on my Starfront camera, the Milky Way, is looking quite nice. So yeah, comparing, I've said that many times over the years. I'll walk outside at night and I'm like, the star sure is pretty tonight, because I'll initially only see one, sometimes two. Cool. Bortle 3, yeah. You see 3 stars, yeah, 3 whole stars. Let me check. I don't believe it. No, I believe it. Let me see. Oh, wait, wrong one. Oh, there's actually, if I magnify it, there's maybe 10 stars there. And it's funny because if I tried, I only have a 5-second exposure. If I've tried to do a longer exposure, it just ends up white. Like my light pollution is so bad. Like I can't. I just can't go further. Yeah. So there you go. But still, I'm with the S30. I'm getting some North American nebula there. Oh yeah, there's your L sky. Yeah, you've got a few. Oh, the star sees 50 in 10 seconds. Yeah, at Starfront, it counts like hundreds, sometimes close to 1,000. Yeah, I think this is just a single frame or something, or not a single frame, but is it a single frame? Or are you stacking this? Yeah, the Trifid is so bright. Wow, you can see the dust lane in the Trifid in the live view. Wow. It's a stack. Okay, cool. 2-minute exposures. Nice. That'll look cool. Getting a lot of time on that with that scope, with that aperture. The elephant trunk is really coming through there. This is, I guess, a streaming glitch there, but wow. Is that, am I reading that right? Four stacked frames only? Not enough stars in image. Four frames at 2 minutes. That's spectacular. I mean, on a 60mm scope. That's pretty awesome. That's a great scope. Yeah, that really, and I like the wide field. Which is why I'm really looking forward to that. Keep talking about it. That S30 Pro. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, it won't produce results as clearly as good as this, but it'll be nice. It'll be really nice. Oh, hello, North Star Astronomy. Welcome. Thanks for joining. We've got a few different scopes going on here. Two of them mine. 3 of them not mine. So this is S30 imaging the elephant trunk nebula. Here is a C8, not mine, with the supernova. The bright star on the left there is the supernova. And also not mine, a beautiful view of just 10 minutes on the Trifid with a 60 millimeter refractor. And then here is 20, not quite half an hour of mosaic of North American nebula from a very heavily light polluted location at my house. This is my S30, and then this is an S50, also of the same galaxy with the supernova, and also Stephen's Quintet down here, taken from a dark sky location, as you can see down here, much darker than than my home. But this is an S50, and I've got 30, no, not 30, 40, over 50 minutes on it. Math. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, 2026. Yeah. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? And if the tariffs ever kick in fully, it'll be like $2,000, I'm sure. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a good target. Now, I'm doing it from Bortle 9, so it's pretty bad. ASI Air could do that. So like, is it just the annotation in general, or how it looks? No, that one doesn't look good, but I'm just curious. Oh, Bortle 4, nice. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, like I say, I have one that's the dark sky one is like Bortle 1/2, and then home is a particularly bad Bortle 9. It's like it's almost comically bad. Like, yeah, I live in the middle of this one, this white area here, so yeah. Class 8-9, artificial brightness 12,000, SCM is 17. I've gotten, I don't have like a calibrated instrument, but with like an app, I've gotten SQM of like 16 point something. So yeah, it's, and the problem is, because I'm in the middle of that, there is no good direction. Like, some people might be shooting out of the light dome. For me, I'm in the middle of it, so kind of horrible. Oh, nice. Oh, hard to read up close. Yeah, no, that's yeah, I tried to make it, and I still want to make some tweaks to it, like yeah, it subtly fades the background just a tiny bit, but yeah, on the whole, I'm fine with it. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, let me that's my cue to post the link for the Discord server, because I haven't been good about hyping. No, what do you call it? No hype. I'm having a hard time remembering, but that's the Discord server for the channel. Talk astronomy, share images. All three of these scopes on the right here are off the Discord server. I actually have the streaming channel, voice streaming channel popped out and on the screen on the right here. So yeah, like this is cosmic array with S30, the dark shades with the C8, and Star Traveler with the Ascar V or Ascar 5. So hello GZ. I guess it really depends on what you want. I mean, the S50 will still have it'll still be able to see finer details, I think, because the pixel size is definitely smaller, because the S30 Pro's pixel size is going to be the same size as the S30, and it's bigger than the S50, and it's a smaller it'll be a smaller aperture, but it'll be it'll be better optics and a much better sensor than either the S50 or S30, and newer too. So I don't know, it's kind of, that would be a difficult one. And plus, the S50's been out for coming up on 2 years. And so it's like it's due for a refresh or something. I don't know, maybe a new model. So if you're in the market, I don't know, I'd kind of maybe wait a couple months to see what happens. I mean, if you're not in a rush. Oh, nice. Yeah, strain wave. Yeah, it's a nice mount. Oh, nice. 122 triplet. Yeah. No, that'll be a nice setup with that aperture and a 533. That'll be a nice setup. Yeah, it's a nice setup, and then with the strain wave, that'll be a great setup. 18 at zenith. Yeah, see, that's, again, I think even for Bortle 9, I'm just in a bad Bortle 9. Like, it's because when I measured it when it was like 16 something, it was straight up. So yeah, it was, and there was no moon. That was just normal. Yeah, maybe there'll be an S50. They haven't announced anything. They did announce the S30 Pro. They kind of unofficially, well, they officially, it wasn't like shown, or there wasn't like a press release about the S70, but Quiv, the Lazy Geek, interviewed the CEO, and he admitted as much, that it was in development. So, but no news on that. No news on pre-orders on the S30 Pro. So unclear when that'll come out. Yeah. Yeah, I've been happy with that. Yeah, I mean, it could be like one of those things, like with a lot of technology products, you can end up waiting indefinitely sometimes, because there's always going to be something new coming out. That said, it feels like it's on the cusp of the S30 Pro coming out, and if they're close to getting pre-orders, my hope is, or my expectation is, that they'll probably get it in the hands, like pre-release versions, in the hands of some reviewers, and so we'll start seeing videos around the same time, and then that could help, make the decision easier. Yeah. Yeah, that would. Yeah. Polish the specular mirrors. Yeah, I missed an opportunity to go by the what was it? The um, Herschel Observatory. I should have gone by there. Yeah, I'll probably let this go until it's at an hour mark, and then find another target to image with this one. This one's it's fully done the mosaic, so it's just kind of getting more data, so that's good. Um, let's see. It's funny, you can like see the encoding where Discord's like, but that elephant trunk is getting really pronounced there, and some nice detail in the nebulosity. All right. Let's see what else. It's interesting sometimes with this stretch. Some of the color balance will change, and it suddenly got kind of more white, which is interesting. Yeah, let me figure out what other targets I want to image. I'm going to let the S30 just continue to get data on the North American Nebula. I did a 40% mosaic. Yeah, I'm going to let this go for a while longer to try to, hopefully some of the noise in the corners will get reduced. So what would be another good target from Starfront? I mean, we got all the Milky Way stuff. Andromeda's up now. But and Triangulum's up. But it's to the it's in a direction where I can't see as low, so I will skip that. Wonder what else would be a good target. Oh, I was thinking about doing the bubble nebula. How's that? Yeah, the height on that one is good. Yeah. Let me get some time on that. I forgot when I kicked off this NGC 7331, I had done it for 2 hours because I didn't want it to stop before its time. So let's see. Okay. It is on its way. It's switching targets after a bit over an hour on this. Actually, this turned out, Stephen's quintet turned out quite nicely for the Seestar. I'll switch to this for now. There is no way to set the exposure time now. Yet. It won't be part of the alpha, but maybe in the beta. Yeah, well, thanks for joining, Qubits. Have a good rest of your evening. But yeah, unfortunately, I need to add that to my list. Let's see, I'll put it, it's, because I've been, so this new view tool that I'm using, that I'm developing for the Seestar, I've been trying to be organized about writing down what features I want to develop at what point. Let's see. Hold on. Oh. Okay, so okay. All right. I added another issue to the GitHub board that I'm using to track all this, or at least trying to. Hello, Astro X. Hit trees in 10 minutes. I'll be switching soon. Yeah. Skid Todd. Dark Nebula? Which, and hello, Astro X. Are you talking about this on the left? And, good evening. Thanks for joining. This really looks phenomenal. Oh, on the left here, this is the North American Nebula. So there is some dark nebulosity there, like this bit here. But this is the North American Nebula. And then Star Traveler here on the right has the Trifid Nebula, and there's a lot of dark nebulosity there. And but yeah, not explicitly imaging. Although I should probably do that at some, maybe. Yeah, only 26 minutes, isn't that? That's pretty impressive. um, but it's a 60 millimeter ASCAR 5, ASCAR V. But very nice results. Let me see. What in the world? So noisy. So I'm imaging the bubble nebula here. Yeah. Yeah, it's... Oh, clouds. Yeah. It had been that way here for a while. A lot of clouds, but it's... tonight was pretty good. I'm not sure how tomorrow's going to be. Because we've got like a tropical thing out in the Gulf. I'm in Houston, it's in the Gulf. Now the good thing is Starfront looks great tomorrow and Friday, maybe even Saturday night. Like average transparency and above average seeing, both tomorrow and Friday, so that's great. Now here, yeah, see the storm is going to be, or not storm, but kind of the tropical wave is coming from the west, east, and overnight, Thursday night, it'll start arriving. But it claims Thursday night, before midnight, it'll still be okay. So I'm going to try to get my reflector out there to image the supernova. If not, it looks like Sunday might be clear. Sunday and Monday might be clear. Here, that is, where I have the telescope with more focal length. High clouds arriving. Oh, that's a drag. Yeah, that one. Yeah, you can kind of see. Yeah. That's kind of a drag. I've had plenty of that recently, here and at Starfront. Really kind of frustrating. Power supply has a few gremlins. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I have like this thing, this pod for my where I have a mini PC and some other stuff for my non-Seestar telescopes, and what I was doing is I was carrying it outside and plugging it into an outdoor extension cord, and at times I've run it off battery, like just portable little lithium ion batteries. Yeah, see, video's an hour behind. Yikes. Oh, oof. Yeah, I need to fix that with All Sky. Like that was happening to me at Starfront. Yeah, that is, you've got a lot of clouds there. Wow. A lot of high clouds. You can still see some stars, but you can't see the Milky Way anymore. Yeah. That's a bummer. But yeah, so anyway, I was and the problem is because I have a mini PC there, I have to shut it down, and then I bring the pod, unplug the pod and bring it in. Well, I decided to be lazy about it. I actually use an extension. I plugged in an extension cord, and I just I leave it plugged in and just pull it outside. Yeah, so I don't even, so it's plugged into a massive battery inside, so I don't have to carry the battery outside. I just take the pod out and leave it hooked up. It has like an Ethernet and a power cord tether. Kind of ridiculous, but it was stuff I had on hand, so that's what I ended up doing. I mean, the elephant trunk's looking good. It's just, that's probably some of the noises, the clouds probably. Because that's interesting. It hasn't dropped many frames even in spite of that. That's really interesting. Meanwhile, just over half an hour here. That looks amazing. All the dark nebulosity and the supernova. Yeah, I definitely need to try really hard to get the reflector out there tomorrow. So I don't know when I'm going to stop the live stream. I might be stopping it soon-ish. But like I was saying, it's going to be clear at Starfront tomorrow night. Might be clear here tomorrow night. Might also be clear here during the day. It's looking like it's going to be clear during the day. And if that actually holds, like it originally was supposed to be clear here today during the day, and it was not. But tomorrow it's claiming to be clear during the day. And if it is, I'm going to, fingers crossed, actually take my solar scope outside finally for the first time in like weeks and try to image the sun in hydrogen alpha using the spectroheliograph. Yeah, I mean it's not only claiming that it's going to be clear, it's saying average transparency but above average seeing, and even around 2 p.m. excellent seeing, which could be really good for solar, because if the air is more stable, should be able to get some finer details, hopefully. So we'll see. I really hope so, because I've been missing being able to pull that out. Low battery clouds. Yeah, well, thanks for sharing your scope tonight, Cosmic Ray. Hope you have a good rest of your evening. But yeah, I'm probably gonna be wrapping it up too. I'm recovered from a bug, but I don't want to push my luck here, and I have to get up in a few hours for meetings. So, like I say, like the video if you haven't subscribed. Turn on the notification bell, because tomorrow I will have at least one live stream in the evening, and maybe if I'm lucky, one during the day. So yeah. What time might I do the solar? It would be it would depend on the conditions, but it would probably be somewhere between 10 a.m. U.S. Central and 1 or 2 U.S. Central p.m. because I'm kind of constrained by buildings. Like it isn't until I would say after 9 a.m. that the sun rises above a house to my east, and by somewhere around 1 or 2 p.m. it ends up going behind another one. And I try to put the scope in a position to try to maximize that, but it probably wouldn't be any earlier than 10 a.m. U.S. Central. So sometime in that 3 hour period. So hopefully it'll be good. Like it originally was claiming it would be good today, and it was sunny like for a brief moment at like 8 a.m. and then a lot of clouds came through, and then it cleared up again around 2 or 3 p.m. when it was, yeah, it was like 2 p.m. and where I usually have the scope was already in shade, so yeah. Yeah, a little less, maybe, yeah, 10 hours difference maybe, because usually when I've done the solar streams, they tended to be around 11 to noon. I'd start it and go for about an hour and a half, until I lost the sun. But it's been so hot outside recently. I've been trying to put the scope out while it was still in the shade, so I do some like initial calibration once the sun hits the scope, and then I can go live. Oh, 3 a.m. your time. Sorry about that. Actually, let me see. Oh yeah, because of the, yeah. And hello, Steven. I don't know if I had said hello earlier, but hello. Yeah, so, well, yeah, let me see. Let me just double check that. Is it 5:30 p.m. there now? Yeah, it's 5:30 p.m. And I would typically be doing it around 12 hours different. So it would be 5:30 your time, 5:30 a.m. Yeah, not typically, but yeah, not sure why it's done that. Yeah, working out. Yeah, okay. Yeah, working and watching. Yeah, no, I appreciate it though. I appreciate it. Not though. No qualification. I appreciate it. Yeah, so 5:30 your time. Yeah, see, this is the big problem I have is it's that 1 or 2 p.m. is when it goes behind a building. It's very frustrating. And I need to work out a better location for it. Problem is I don't have a front yard. Like not really. Although maybe I could try something. I mean, it's during the day. I have cameras. Maybe I'll try something tomorrow. Cause like today I could have imaged after 2 p.m. because it was sunny, but at that point it was the sun was my backyard was in shadow, so I need to think about that. Target's real dim. Which target are you imaging? But yeah, this is oh, the flying dragon. Cool. Yeah, this bubble is coming together nicely. Yeah, I've seen it in other places, but I don't typically have that. But yeah, let me see. Yeah, so who knows? Maybe I will. Depending on on how things go, I may try putting the telescope somewhere else where I can image later than 1 p.m. For a solar stream. But I need to think about that. Yeah. Because then that would start getting into a more civil hour for you, like more like an 8 a.m. Yeah, I know Cosmic Array's been mentioning that as well, that I should put something up there. Yeah, you can see some in here. Still getting a kick out of that supernova there. That's yeah. Yeah, exactly. Especially because I don't have much of so then hello Jeffrey. The supernova is in NGC 7331, which is the Deerlick group is one of the names it goes by. It's also the NGC 7331 group of galaxies. It's near Stephen's Quintet, but yeah, it's a pretty bright galaxy, and the supernova is pretty bright. It's like 13th magnitude, so yeah. Okay, cool. Yes, 7331. Yep. Yeah. I mean, it was fairly recently discovered, like a week ago. So it's not too bad of a one. I was having a hard time kind of with the S50 distinguishing it from the galaxy core before it kind of got overwhelmed, but on Star Traveler's C8 it's showing up pretty well. And very quickly. Yeah, this is starting to look reasonable. Yeah, no, the S50 is I mean, this right here is the S50. I've zoomed in a bit, but and at Bortle 9's, or no, this is from Bortle 1, so this is a better skies there. But I've been able to image it from here. Just took longer, but yeah, it's a great scope, portable. Yeah, it's a good one. But yeah, it's 12:40, and I have to bring in my S30. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Like I say, keep an eye out for a solar stream tomorrow, hopefully, and definitely another stream tomorrow evening, because it'll definitely, almost certainly, definitely, a definite maybe, highly likely it'll be clear at Starfront tomorrow, and also pretty good chance it'll be clear here as well. So I have a wedge. I have a wedge on both the S50 and the S30. On the S30, it's just a Skywatcher wedge, and that I already had, and the S50 at Starfront, I have it on a Williams Optics wedge, which is kind of overkill, but I figured, it'll probably last forever, so I went ahead and got it. But yeah. Good evening, Dark Shades and Star Traveler. Yeah, thanks for joining, Otto. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Like I say, if you haven't joined the Discord server, people are often hanging around there. I'll probably be on there for a little bit as I'm trying to fall asleep after I get everything in. But yeah, thanks for joining, and I will see you next time. Have a good day or rest of your evening.